The year was 1972. Pong was not a household name yet. People were hungry for new forms of entertainment. Then came the Magnavox Odyssey, the world's first home video game console. It was a groundbreaking invention that brought the excitement of arcade-style gaming into living rooms. Before the Odyssey, video games were confined to massive mainframe computers or dimly lit arcades. The idea of playing interactive games on your home television was revolutionary. The Odyssey's arrival marked the beginning of a multi-billion-dollar industry that would forever change entertainment. The Odyssey's release was met with a mix of curiosity and skepticism. Some people were amazed by the concept of playing games on their TV screens. Others struggled to grasp the idea or remained unconvinced of its staying power. Little did they know the Odyssey had sown the seeds of a cultural phenomenon. The Odyssey's technology, though rudimentary by today's standards, was cutting edge for its time. The console itself was a simple device. It used transistors and diodes to generate basic graphics on the screen. There was no internal memory to store games. Instead, the Odyssey relied on game cartridges, each of which contained different circuits for different games. The games themselves were incredibly simple. Most involved moving squares or dots around the screen, representing objects like paddles, balls, or players. To add variety, the Odyssey came with a set of plastic overlays that players would attach to their TV screens. These overlays would add visual elements like tennis courts, racetracks, or even a haunted house. The Odyssey even came with accessories like dice, game money, and scorecards, further blurring the line between electronic gaming and traditional board games. Players had to use their imaginations to fill in the gaps, enriching the gaming experience with a sense of creativity and social interaction. Despite its revolutionary nature, the Odyssey's initial reception was surprisingly lukewarm. Priced at $100, a significant sum in 1972, it was considered a luxury item that many families could not afford. Furthermore, Magnavox's marketing efforts were hampered by the misconception that the Odyssey would only work on Magnavox televisions. Many consumers were also simply not ready for the concept of home video games. They had no frame of reference for what the Odyssey offered. The games, while innovative for their time, were primitive and lacked the excitement and sophistication of later generations of video games. Despite these challenges, the Odyssey managed to sell a respectable 100,000 units in its first year. It proved that there was a market, however niche, for home video game consoles. More importantly, it laid the groundwork for future companies to refine and expand upon its basic concepts. While the Odyssey itself was not a runaway success, its impact on the gaming industry was profound. It proved that home video games were a viable form of entertainment. It introduced the world to concepts like game cartridges, interchangeable controllers, and on-screen scores. The Odyssey's most significant contribution, however, was its role in inspiring the creation of Pong. Nolan Bushnell, founder of Atari, famously saw a demonstration of the Odyssey's table tennis game at a trade show in 1972. Inspired by what he saw, Bushnell set out to create his own version, which would become the arcade smash hit Pong, forever changing the gaming landscape. The success of Pong, in turn, fueled the growth of the home video game industry. Other companies, seeing the potential of this new market, began developing their own consoles, leading to the second generation of home consoles like the Atari 2600 and the ColecoVision. Section 5. Ralph Baer, the father of video games. The mastermind behind the Odyssey was Ralph Baer, a German-born American engineer often dubbed the father of video games. Baer conceived of the idea of playing interactive games on a television screen in the early 1950s, long before transistors and integrated circuits made such a device practical. In 1966, while working at Sanders Associates, a military electronics firm, Baer began working on a prototype for a home video game console. He called it the brown box for its unassuming wooden casing. The brown box could play several different games, including chase games, a light gun game, and a rudimentary version of ping pong. Baer's invention caught the attention of Magnavox, which licensed the technology and released it as the Odyssey in 1972. Bear continued to work in the video game industry, developing popular electronic toys like Simon and developing games for the Odyssey's successors. Section 6. Pong, a spark ignited by the Odyssey. As mentioned earlier, the Odyssey's table tennis game directly inspired the creation of Pong, one of the most iconic and influential video games of all time. Nolan Bushnell, after seeing a demonstration of table tennis, hired Alan Alcorn to create a coin-operated arcade version. Pong was an instant sensation, attracting crowds of quarters and launching Atari into the gaming stratosphere. Its success validated the concept of home video games and helped to create a mass market for consoles like the Odyssey. Interestingly, Magnavox sued Atari for patent infringement, claiming that Pong was a direct copy of the Odyssey's table tennis. Magnavox won the lawsuit, forcing Atari to pay royalties for Pong. This legal battle highlighted the Odyssey's often overlooked role as a pioneer in the video game industry. Section 7. The Odyssey's enduring impact. The Magnavox Odyssey, despite its relatively short lifespan and modest sales figures, left an indelible mark on the gaming industry. It paved the way for future consoles, inspired iconic games like Pong, and helped to create a multi-billion-dollar industry. The Odyssey's legacy extends beyond its technological innovations. It introduced a new form of entertainment that brought families and friends together. It sparked imaginations and challenged players to think creatively. Today, the Odyssey is remembered as a pioneering console that helped to usher in the golden age of video games. It serves as a reminder that even the simplest of ideas can have a profound impact on the world. Section 8. Collecting and playing the Odyssey today. For retro gaming enthusiasts and collectors, the Magnavox Odyssey holds a special place in history. Original consoles, games and accessories can still be found online and at vintage electronics stores, though they often command a premium price. Playing the Odyssey today is a unique experience, offering a glimpse into the early days of gaming. The simple graphics and gameplay may seem primitive compared to modern games, but they possess a certain charm and nostalgic appeal. The Odyssey's historical significance, combined with its rarity, makes it a prized possession for collectors. It serves as a tangible link to the birth of the video game industry and a reminder of how far gaming has come in a relatively short amount of time. Section 9. Conclusion. A blast from the past. The Magnavox Odyssey, released in 1972, was a groundbreaking invention. It was the world's first home video game console. Though not a commercial blockbuster, it paved the way for the multi-billion-dollar gaming industry we know today. Its simple yet innovative design, coupled with its role in inspiring games like Pong, cemented its place in video game history. The Odyssey serves as a reminder that even in their simplest forms, great ideas have the power to revolutionize entertainment and shape the future.